Have you ever brought your magic to Walt Disney World like, hey, we came to play? Did you tip your tiara to a Creole princess or get goofy officially? When we come through, it's true magic, because we came to play at Walt Disney World Resort.
Hey, I'm Mark Goodman.
And I'm Alan Light.
On today's podcast, in celebration of International Guitar Month, Pete Townsend of The Who will join us.
Pete went deep with us into his relationship with the guitar and with music in general, the new Broadway version of Tommy. He clarified the status and the future of The Who, and much, much more.
Sound Up with Mark Goodman and Alan Light, the only music podcast that matters. Get it on Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
My debut album, Take a Look Around, was my debut, so it was me trying to just prove I could rap, prove that I was as good as the next MCs out there. And when I listen back to that album now, it just sounds so preachy to me. I was trying to get a message across, a message of positivity and uplifting people and my people in my neighborhood, and trying to get people to realize their worth and those type of things. But I did it in such a preachy way on that first album. I kind of cringe when I listen to it now because I've become a lot smarter in the way that I get my messages across to the fans now. So that'd be probably the only thing, of course, Me and the Biz being the first single was something that I just never wanted to have happen. And, I tried to fight Warner Brothers back then to not put that out as the first single, but they were insistent that be the first single because Biz Markie's name was attached to it. He was selling a lot of records at the time, and they wanted to kind of ride that bandwagon. That might be a regret of mine, coming out with that as the first single, because I should have. That would have been my first opportunity to really stick to my guns as an artist, but I was just way too new. First album, like I didn't want to piss anybody off. It's me against Warner Brothers. Like who's gonna win here? So there's that. I'll probably say the creative process was a good one. It was a lot of fun working with Marley on that album, and I think I probably wish that after that album that we could have maybe done a couple more records. But he parted ways with Coach Chillin, then I parted ways with Coach Chillin, and then we were on different paths at that point, so we weren't going to be able to reconnect. And I created my own production crew, and we went off and started doing our thing, and we made Slaughterhouse.
Hey, I'm Mark Goodman.
And I'm Alan Light.
On today's podcast, in celebration of International Guitar Month, Pete Townsend of The Who will join us.
Pete went deep with us into his relationship with the guitar and with music in general, the new Broadway version of Tommy. He clarified the status and the future of The Who, and much, much more.
Sound Up with Mark Goodman and Alan Light, the only music podcast that matters. Get it on Pandora, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.